All three judges scored the same, 116, 112. The winner by unanimous decision, Chris Eubank Jr.
Yeah, I'm just so proud of him, honestly. It's probably the first time that I can't even be bothered to give my opinion on the scorecards because I'm just blown away by what Benn did tonight. Respect to Eubank, I mean he was incredibly tough as well, but I just can't believe the heart and guts. I've never seen a fighter dig in that situation with the size of that challenge, literally, and just never stop trying to win. Like even in the 11th and 12th round when he had nothing else.
Done really good, I think, to go 12 rounds at 160. He done me proud. I was happy for him. He didn't actually do a lot of things that we thought he was going to do. He was winging them in and all things like that, being on the rope too much. But he'll learn from that and he'll come back better. He's only just tweaking the things that he didn't do right.
I don't think people put enough credit on the boxing ability, for me. Doing 10 rounds, doing 12 rounds, I'm well conditioned, and I can box. I haven't always got to knock out my opponents. Well, evidently I have, but I mean, I can do 12 rounds, in a weight class. There's 2 weight classes above my weight. The difference in it today, I believe, was just inactivity. There was a lot of emotions going on for me. It's a lot to take in after the past 2.5 years, and I wondered how much he had taken away from me. And I'm glad to see that it's not taking anything away from me at all. Proving I can take punches at 160. You don't always want to test that. And my goal is to not test that, but also I can dish it out at 160 and comfortably hurt my opponent, Eubank, multiple rounds, and have him on shaky legs. I just couldn't get a finish, which I put down to ring rust. I couldn't pull the trigger and get him out of there.
I totally agree that the right man won. I thought the fight was a lot closer than that, very, very close. You've got to commend Conor for a career welterweight putting on such a fierce performance and pace. He was a fighter with a less experience, but Chris showed that no matter what, I'm going to dig in hard because Adam and myself were saying his legs don't look fresh, but still, no matter what, that was heart and soul right there. Just needed that little bit of something extra to get him over the line. And both fighters, there was a lot of pride fighting that night.
I feel pretty good. I thought he fought again. I'm the type of guy, I pay homage to both fighters. I thought they both put their hearts on the line. Yeah. I thought they both gave everything they had. And if they could have gave more to the crowd, they would have gave more. Yeah. I think the biggest winner was Great Britain. Just my opinion. You got 2 native people put on a massive performance just for the hometown. Yeah. You don't get that all the time. That's a rare commodity that you can have. So yeah, for sure. I think that this fight would be talked about for a very long time. For sure. But I'm happy that we get to walk away with the victory.
Teddy Atlas analyzed the Eubank Jr. versus Benn matchup, saying Eubank would aim to keep distance using speed and angles to counter. Benn, meanwhile, would look to close the gap, pressure Eubank, and limit his movement and timing.
Eubanks, wants to probably keep it on the outside as much as he can and use his skill sets to, use his hand speed and his ability to throw counter punches and punches from different angles. He needs space, or space accommodates him pretty well and favors him pretty well when he has that space to do that. And I would think that Benn would like to take that space away, like to kind of work his way in. And I like the ability of Eubanks when he's right. when his focus is there, when he's right, to be able to do things in a boxing way on the outside. And I love Benn's style and his approach. I do, where being aggressive in a responsible way, in a way a fighter should be, with paying attention to doing it with defense, a responsibility of defense, and just proper way to engage somebody, but the consistent offense, looking to engage. I think it's an interesting.
Roy Jones Jr. acknowledged that Conor Benn faces a tough task against Eubank Jr., saying a well-timed left hook could be his best chance at an upset. But if Benn can't hurt him, Roy believes the fight leans in Eubank's favor, pointing to his noticeable improvement. He credited their year of training together for sharpening Eubank into a more complete fighter.
Very tough fight for Conor. Not saying he can't win it, because one big left hook could change anything. But to me, his best chance are to try to land a big shot. If that don't happen, or if he lands it and it don't hurt Chris, then it's going to be pretty rough for him, because Chris is definitely an improved fighter. You understand me? And even the stuff he's doing now, he's going to continue to get better. But I think when he came down there with me for that year, it improved his foundation. You understand me? So it made him a better fighter. He's going to be hard to beat for anybody, especially a guy that's smaller than him. But we saw Liam Smith pull out the upset at one time, so I know that gave Ben much more hope that he could probably do the same. So it's going to be a great fight. Both fighters are great fighters. I love both of them. I think Chris is a little bigger and has the advantage because he's bigger.
Eddie Hearn supported the Benn versus Eubank Jr. matchup, calling it an even contest between two top fighters. He dismissed any claims of a mismatch and emphasized the legendary rivalry between their fathers Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank Sr. Hearn also pointed out that the feud between the sons is now the most heated in British boxing.
I know what the circus is and what you're a fool to buy into. It's a really good fight. It's a 50-50 fight between two guys that are world ranked in their division. I mean, what he's making out like neither of them have ever boxed before. They're both useless. It's a mismatch. It's not. It's a 50-50 fight between two world ranked fighters who, by the way, fathers happen to be Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank, who had the biggest rivalry ever in British boxing, and, by the way, whose sons now have, by far, the biggest rivalry in British boxing, that is venomous, that is violent.
Ricky Hatton highlighted the intrigue of Benn, moving up 2 weight classes, noting he hasn't faced someone like Eubank Jr. at a heavier weight. Hatton admired Benn's confidence and determination, comparing it to his father's mentality. While most favor Eubank Jr., Hatton suggested Benn's self-belief could make the fight more competitive than expected.
It's really interesting to think, to be honest with you. I mean, Conor's going up for 2 weight divisions. He's not fought anyone like the people that Eubank Jr. has fought, at his own weight, let alone 2 weights above. So it'll be very interesting. But Conor has a huge self-belief and drive, to be honest with you. A drive like his dad. The Benn family, I've never seen a family with more drive and determination. So I think everything's pointing at Chris Eubank Jr. But I think I might have a sneaky few quid on Conor, to be honest with you. His drive and his confidence and his self-belief is something that I've only ever seen in a handful of people, and he's going to need that, and I think that might be enough against Eubank.
Chris Eubank Sr. expressed confidence in his son Chris Eubank Jr., believing he has the edge over Conor Benn, especially considering Benn's struggle to make the 160-pound limit. He acknowledged Eubank Jr.'s recent issues with punch resistance, citing the Liam Smith fight, but assured that his son would be fully prepared for the challenge, recognizing the danger both fighters pose.